Mattel has had the WWE license now for over a decade, and I, for one, have been thrilled with the job they've done. The creation of the Mattel Elite line stands out to me as their biggest achievement by balancing both design and articulation with value and still producing basic value-priced figures for the kiddies. With the line having produced far more studs than duds, identifying the best figures released is no easy task. Big Nerdy's all about doing things the hard way, apparently, and today I start what's going to be a series of videos where I march towards figuring out what the absolute best Elite figure ever made is. And it starts today with the best of Elite 1 to Elite 10. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Nerdzoic. If you're new here, welcome, my friend. My name's Matt, also called Big Nerdy. This is Nerdzoic. This channel is all about action figures and nostalgia, and a big part of nostalgia for me is wrestling. When I sat down and tried to make a list of the best Mattel figures of all time, it was just impossible. The list was huge. And I knew it wasn't going to be just an easy task of me saying, okay, here's the 10 best. So I decided we'd do this by vote. And that's exactly what I did. I took all the figures from the first 10 series for this video, put them on a poll, sent that poll out, and got a whole bunch of responses. Using that poll, which allowed everybody to rank their favorites from 1 to 5, I gave everybody a weighted score and figured out who the top 10 are from these first 10 series. Just for fun, I went ahead and looked up the value of each of these figures based off of their most recently completed eBay auctions, and I'll share that information as well as we go through the countdown. As I said, the results of this countdown were determined by popular vote. Right now, voting's actually up for series 11 to 20. If you want to be part of this, and you should, go ahead and look in the description for the link and make sure you vote. It only takes a minute and you get to be part of history. But finish the video first, man. Hold tight. I'll remind you again at the end, don't worry. All the figures that were part of the first 10 series were released between 2010 and 2011. Stay tuned for the end of the video and I'll give you my list of the top 10. Let's get rolling. Coming in at number 10 is Edge from Elite Series 1, scoring 5.7% of the total vote. This is a rated R superstar version of Edge, which is what he was at that area, and comes with a trench coat. It's not my favorite face sculpt of Edge, but it's a pretty fine figure. His average cost right now is $142. Coming in at number 9 is William Regal from Elite Series 8. He ended up with 6.2% of the vote. This William Regal came with a really cool looking purple robe, but it wasn't cloth, it had this plasticky-ness to it, but it still looks great on him. The one complaint I have is his face looks like he's got some constipation going on, but I guess in fairness, that's what William Regal's face always looks like. So I guess it's a perfect sculpt. This one's also not cheap with a current value of about $97. Coming in at number 8 is MVP from Elite Series 1 with a total of 6.9% of the vote. This MVP came with black and blue trunks, a blue nose strip, and of course a Mr. T starter kit of chains around his neck. Out of all the figures that made the top 10, he is the most valuable, coming in at $212. I guess I need to put an asterisk by that most valuable, because he technically is, but he's also not. He's the most valuable figure that was actually released. Coming in at number 7 is The Undertaker from Elite Series 1 with 7.1% of the total vote. This Undertaker comes wearing a wide-brimmed hat and a trench coat that simulates weather pretty well, actually. Mattel's made a ton of Undertakers over the last decade, but this still stands out as one of the best. To pick him up, it's going to cost you about $120. Coming in at number 6 is Kane from Elite Series 4 with 7.8% of the vote. This is the See No Evil version of Kane, for lack of a better word. Comes with a chain, a towel, a creepy looking face with a weird smile, and then of course bad teeth. Didn't this guy used to be a dentist? You'd think his teeth would be in better shape. Either way, about $133 to pick him up. If you're enjoying this video and you have a friend that is a wrestling figure collector, or you have a friend that's a wrestling fan that you're trying to seduce into the slippery slope that is wrestling figure collecting, go ahead and share this video with them, because I think they'll probably enjoy it if you are. Just hit the little share button and you can either email it to them or send it to them via social media. I think you can even text it to them. Either way, share the word of the nerd. Kind of like that. Coming in at number 5 is CM Punk from Elite Series 6 with 8.6% of the vote. I like to call this the Jesus Punk because he kind of looks like a young Jesus in this, at least in my opinion. Comes with blue trunks with stars on it, and it's got the hardcore CM Punk cloth teeth shirt. Of all the early CM Punk figures, this is probably my favorite one. And if you want to pick them up, it's going to be about $127. Coming in at number 4 is Shawn Michaels Elite Series 7 with 9.7% of the vote. This is a DX Shawn Michaels with glow sticks, a jersey, and a DX cowboy hat. Dude is over the hill here, and it was painful to watch these skits on TV. Except for the one where he was just like super kicking everybody because he was mad. That was kind of funny. If you want to pick up this Shawn, he's going to cost you around $185. Whew. Coming in at number 3 is the Jeff Hardy Elite Series 1 figure that was never officially released, with 13.3% of the vote. This figure came with a towel, a shirt, and a green face paint zombie look. Out of all the figures on this list, this is the only one I've never seen or held in person. This figure was never released to the public because Hardy had just left WWE to head to TNA, and if I remember correctly, the circumstances were not the greatest. There's a couple of versions of this out there, supposedly. Some are the final product, which is the most rare, and others are just prototypes. Either way, it's super rare. I couldn't even find any comps for this to figure out what it's worth. However, there is currently a buy it now up on eBay for $10,000, so if you're rich, I'll put a link in the descriptions. No one's buying that, right? Please tell me you're not going to pay $10,000 for this. I don't judge if you do. I take the kickback. Happy Labor Day to me. Coming in at number 2 with his second appearance on the list is CM Punk Elite Series 1 with 15.9% of the vote. This early version of Punk comes with white trunks and a t-shirt that had the 2 black fists on it. This is not my favorite Punk figure, as I already told you that the Elite Series 6 is. In fact, I really hate the pose he's in the package here. It looks like he's holding an invisible pipe. Bomb. Pipe. Ooh, I see something there. If you want to pick this one up, it's not going to be cheap, about $119. Alright, time to go to number 1. Roll it. Coming in at number 1 is John Morrison Elite Series 4 with a whopping 18.8% of the vote. This is a super toyetic figure. It comes with a gorgeous fabric robe and sunglasses. In fact, there's 2 versions of the robe. One is a chase variant that has a darker shading to it. Either way, it's a beautiful figure and it's very sought after. If you want to pick them up, it's going to cost you about $172. I promised you at the beginning of the video I'd share my rankings, and here they are. Number 10, I have HBK7, which is 6 spots lower than he was on the official list. I have Regal at number 9, which is the exact same spot. Taker at number 8, just a little lower. I have Goldust Series 6 at number 7. He didn't even make the top 10. Then I have CM Punk 6, again, same as the original list. Then I have the unreleased Hardy at number 5. HBK 3 at number 4. Kane 4 at number 3. Swoggle at number 2, who did not make the top 10. And I also have Morrison as number 1. Question of the day, what do you think the single best wave from the first 10 series are? Answer in the comments, I'll leave my answer there as well. Now that you've watched this video, check out the video on the left-hand side of your screen right now that's being recommended by YouTube. Or on the right-hand side, hit my wrestling figure playlist and binge away. And don't forget to vote if you want to be part of the next poll as we march to finding the greatest elite of all time. Check out the link in the description. Till next time, be cool and stay nerdy.